Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you how to add parameters to PowerShell functions. So in this video you will learn how to define and control parameters in PowerShell functions. I think this is pretty useful because parameters make your functions flexible and reusable, and I will show you some examples of how you can use them. So let's create a simple function. So let's do the function. And now we have to name our function, so I will name it say hello, like this. And now we want to use parameters, so we have to create a parameter block. We can do it by typing something like this, so param, and now inside of the parentheses we have to type in the variable that we want to pass into our function. So in my case it will be, for example, a name. And now we'll print that variable, so for example we'll print hello and name, like this. And now we can close that. I will press enter. As you can see, it worked. And now we can call our function. If I will call it like this, as you can see, I am printing only hello because I have to pass parameter in order to display this thing. How to pass a parameter? You have two options. You have to, if you have one parameter, you can just do, for example, say hello and, for example, John, because it is readable. As you can see, hello John, everything is working. If you have two or more parameters, I would recommend to use to directly specify what you are passing, because it is a little bit, maybe not a little bit, but much more readable. So we will specify the parameter name, and then we will just pass the name of John. It works the same, but I think the second one, directly specifying what you are doing, is the better option. So now, this is the one parameter. Of course, we can add multiple parameters. So let's say that we'll create the function, for example, add numbers, like this, and we will open the braces and we'll pass the two values. In that case I will pass, for example, A and B. And now what we are doing, we have the function add numbers, so we have to add this number. So I will do A plus B, like this, and I can close that and it will work. I can press enter. And now how to call this function? You have to do the same thing. So say not say hello, but this time add numbers. And now you have to, first of all, we will specify A, which will be, for example, I don't know, 4, and we will specify B, which will be 20. Of course, the output of the function will be 24, because 4 plus 20 is 24. Now we can create the function with the default parameter. So let's create the function, for example, greet. So greet, and now we'll pass the parameter, but not like this, for example. Of course, we have to do it inside, not like this, but instead of this, we will create a default one. So name, for example, will be, for example, guest, like this. And now, what we are doing, we can do it like this, and we will then print the hello and name. Default parameter is very useful, because if we will not pass a value to a function, the default parameter will be used. So if I will do, for example, greet without the parameter, as you can see, I am printing hello guest. But if I will do greet with the name of, again, maybe John, as you can see, we will greet John, or hello John, it doesn't matter. We will print hello John. So this is very useful, this default parameter. And now we can, of course, do typed parameters. So let's do something like this. Function, for example, square, And now we can open the braces, we can pass the parameter, and now we can do strongly typed parameter. So let's say that we are passing the number, but this number has to be a integer. So we can do something like this, and this is a typed parameter. We can close that, and now because we are doing the square, so I will do number times number to get the square, and I will close that. Now if I will do square minus square minus number, for example, and 5, it will work. We are getting 25, but because we did the strongly typed parameter, I can pass the string, I think, and it still will work because PowerShell automatically will convert this value to the integer. So this is why it is so useful. And now I will do another example with the something like this. So let's say that we'll create function with the name test user. We will pass the parameter, but we will use something like this. Inside of the bracket we'll use parameter, but not like this, parameter, like this, and inside of the parentheses we will add mandatory. And now below we will use typed parameter string with the name. Now we can close that. We can print, for example, user and name, and we can close that. What will happen if I will call that function? If I will call it like this, so test user minus name, for example, John, we are just printing user John. But if I will call it without the parameter, as you can see, command let test user at command pipeline position 1 supply values for the following parameters, and we have to pass the parameter for the name. And now we can print it on. Why it is happening? It is happening because of this mandatory word. This parameter name is mandatory, so we have to pass it. If not directly, we have to pass it manually. So this is very, very useful. Of course, you can combine it, so you can add another parameter which will be optional at the end, but this is how you can do it. And now I will show you how to add a validation, the basic validation. So let's do the function with the name setLevel. Now we'll pass the parameter, but we will specify inside of the brackets, we'll specify a ValidateRange from 1 to 10, for example. So this is what we are doing, and then we are just do a strongly type int with the name of, for example, level. Then we can close that, we can print the value, so we can print, for example, level like this, and we can close that. What we are doing, it basically prevents invalid values. So if I will call set level with minus level, for example 5, everything is okay. But if I will set level to, for example, 20, as you can see, we are getting the error. You can see that the 20 is wrong. Why? Cannot validate argument on parameter level. The 20 argument is greater than the maximum allowed range of 10. So this is how you can do it. Of course, if I will do the less, for example, I don't know, 0, we are getting the same output, but in that case the argument 0 is less than the minimum allowed range of 1. So as you can see, this is working. And this is how you can add parameters to PowerShell functions. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.